Yo, 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 what is up? What's up, guys? Oh, it feels like it's been a very, very long time. Like a long time, man. What's up, guys? Yo, Wick and Gamer, what's up, my dudes? Um, yeah, so, I don't know, a week, man, a week of the stream being down. Really weird. But I had a good trip, man. I had a good trip. So, you know, we're back. That's what matters. Um, and for anybody that might be seeing this later on, whether it be on the channel as a VOD or on YouTube or whatever, and you're wondering why there haven't been any news segments over the past week, and you weren't aware, I was on vacation, so we're back. On that note, no, didn't find any sleeves. No, as a matter of fact, I think I lost some more. But what I did find was a few more pounds. I found a few more pounds while I was away. That's the easy thing for me to find these days. More poundage. Yeah, getting real thick. Real thick. What's up, buddy? What's up, man? How are you? So, on on the topic of vacations, stream's gonna be down this weekend. So we're actually going to see the other side of our family this weekend. We like them thick, bruh. Yeah, dude. Yeah. So we're going this weekend. We're gonna go see the other side of the family, and my wife didn't get to go on vacation with us. That we just got back from. She's getting to go on this one. So this is kind of the end of the summer vacation thing for us. Yeah. So Saturday, Sunday, Monday stream will be down, guys. So then for the foreseeable future, there will be no more downtime. We'll be back to 24 or to 7 days a week, not 24/7. We're not doing 24/7, but 7 days a week streaming again. So I hope everybody understands. I do try to stream as much as possible, and I don't hardly ever take any time off, but just had some vacation stuff that came up, and it's important. So I know, dude, raging out. I know, but we're gonna get 3 days in here. We're gonna get 3 good days in. We're gonna get caught back up on the news. We'll probably get. So I think this is the play. I think we'll be able to finish up Blood and Wine DLC. That's what we're gonna start today, right? Start up the Blood and Wine DLC. We'll get that finished up, and then when I get back on Tuesday, we're gonna start playing Cult of the Lamb. Yeah. So that is kind of my plan right now. So, Wick, have you been playing more Cult of the Lamb, man? Have you been playing more of that while I've been on vacation? It's just it feels so good to be back, guys. So good to be back, for the channel to be live, to see all of you guys. So I know, it never feels great for the channel to be down, but it was good to be home. I got to see a lot of family I hadn't seen in a long time, and it was great. So it was definitely worth, and I appreciate everybody understanding. Yeah. So let's do what we do. We can get into this news segment, video gaming news segment, and then we'll work our way into the last content that we've had for Witcher 3. Yeah. So Blood and Wine DLC is all we have left, right? And I think over the next 3 days we should be able to finish that up and set ourselves up for getting into some Cult of the Lamb. Still a must play. Oh, dude, I can't wait. Yeah, I can't wait. At first I thought you said not a fan, and I was like, oh, dude, I thought you were liking it. Yeah, we're gonna get a lot of Cult of the Lamb stuff in. That's gonna be some good stuff. Yeah, I'm excited about that. Let's get into this new stuff. Let's go. It's good to see you guys. I missed you. I missed you guys, dude. Let's go. Okay. So basically, what I'm doing is sorting all of this for news that I have not come across over the past week. Okay. Things I didn't talk about is that we need to catch up on this, which we missed while I was gone. The Future Game Show for Gamescom. The Gamescom, all the Gamescom stuff. So I'm sure we'll hit some of it in the news, but we'll take a look at maybe going and watching some of the VODs for this stuff as well, if we feel like we need to, okay? So I'll keep that up. Out there with Ori? Really? Oh, dude, I'm so psyched. I'm so psyched. Cool. Cool, man. Good. Thanks, buddy. All right, Ubisoft is about to shut down online services for 15 games. Let's take a look at that. Looks like they've got the next Assassin's Creed game named at this point. We'll take a look at that as well. Facebook is shutting down its game streaming app. I don't want to look at this on. Let's look at IGN. We'll watch IGN, or we'll look at IGN's for this one. Yeah, Facebook's gaming app is being shut down. There we go. We'll take a look at that. Wick's gonna be upset. That's his company right there. You know. Sony sets up a PlayStation mobile gaming division in something behind consoles. We'll see what's going on there. This is probably going to be a decent news segment this morning, guys, just because I've been gone for so long. So prepare yourselves. All right, looks like we got some leaked images of the new Logitech handheld that they're making, which is supposed to kind of rival the Steam Deck, right? We read about this earlier, but let's see what we can gather from this new information that's come out here. NetEase has acquired France's Quantic Dream. Sit down for 20 minutes and 5 hours ago. What, you talking about playing Cult of the Lamb, dude? Is that what you're talking about? Or are you talking about whenever you sit down at work and fall asleep? Bro, just sit down. I just fell asleep for 20 minutes. Bam, 5 hours are gone. All my smoothies are gone. Every time you play, that's awesome, dude. I can't wait. It'll be a pretty good precursor too for us going into October. Mamzelle, what's up, my friend? How are you? It's good to see you. Vacation was excellent. It was excellent. Yeah, thanks for asking. It was really good. It's exhausting. It's exhausting. I'm not a big fan of living out of a suitcase. So being gone for an entire week is, it's definitely, starts taking its toll on me. And then I left yesterday morning to come home. I think we hit the road at about 3:30 in the morning. Then we got in early afternoon, and it's just spent, just super tired because didn't get a ton of sleep, and then driving for roughly 10 hours, but the vacation itself was amazing. The wedding was fantastic, and I got to see so many. I've got a lot of pictures, and I'll try to get some thrown on Discord at some point this week, so you guys can just get a look. Could have streamed yesterday? God, dude, no. I could not have. No. I got in, dude. I got in probably around the same time that we usually stop streaming. And I was so tired. And plus, it was like unpacking everything. And I was disgusting, dude, from driving that long. I know you're memeing me a little bit, but dude, there is no way. There's no flipping way. I literally was just like, I got in here and was just like, I'm done. And I still had all that other stuff to take care of too. Unpack and had to get a shower and stuff. It was brutal. But the vacation was great. It really was great. I got to go out. I hadn't been on the lake. I grew up around the lake out where I'm from, and I hadn't been on it since before I left as a young adult. I got to go out on that with some of my cousins and uncle and aunt and stuff. And I got to see a lot of relatives, man, I hadn't seen in a long time. And the wedding was amazing. The wedding was amazing. It was so good. So good. Like the wedding, the reception, everything was just a good time, dude. It was a really, really good time. So I'll try to throw some pictures up in the Discord for you guys to take a look at so you can get a look at some of what the vacation was about and everything. And I wasn't nearly as active on Discord as I wanted to be. The vacation went like that because it was so hectic. It was just, we were on the go constantly. I was literally, actually on Monday, I was up on my parents' roof, like cutting off limbs on trees and sweeping their roof off and fixing stuff on their roof, taking an old antenna down, like all kinds of stuff, man, for my parents the day before we left. Just trying to get some stuff done for them because I finally had a day where I wasn't running around seeing people and doing things, so. But it was great. Thanks for asking, Mamzelle. It's good to see you. So I'll try to share some pictures and stuff and let you guys see what was up. I would have loved to have streamed yesterday. There's just no way, dude. There's no way. How have you been, Mamzelle? How's your week been? Your past week? Netflix has added a username system to its gaming section. So you're gonna have monikers on here, right? Not just what you're. Not with that attitude. Dude, you could have seen me yesterday. I felt like I could barely keep my eyes open after I got here, and and one of my kids wasn't feeling well either, so they were all laid up, and I was like unpacking the entire car, and then I was like unpacking all of our stuff, and oh, dude, and I was so tired too, so tired. Yeah, my attitude was not good yesterday. It would not have been a good streaming attitude for sure. And that is why I didn't try. So Netflix is, I'm not going to dive into this article, but apparently for Netflix's gaming stuff, they're aside from whatever your profile or your subscription account is, you know what I mean? They're allowing you to create your alias or your moniker or your whatever, to game with on their platform now. So that's happening. All right, let's keep going. I'm so excited about Cult of the Lamb, man. I'm excited for this new DLC we're going to be getting into for The Witcher 3 today as well. We've been playing The Witcher 3 for a hot minute though, man. It's gonna be nice to hop into something a little bit different. Major video game releases in September. Let's take a quick look at that. We're gonna skim that real quick to make sure that we're up to date with what is supposed to be releasing in September, anyways. Usually by this point, if it hasn't been delayed, it won't be, but we'll make sure. All right, Xbox Games with Gold, free games for September, so we'll take a look at that. All right, here you go. NFT's gaming CEO apologizes for losing 12% of startup in crypto trading. I'm not going to dive into this. It's just like another example of like the kinds of scummy stuff that can go along with these games built on crypto economies and NFTs and Web3 and all that stuff. I don't know, man. I don't trust anybody really doing software built on those kinds of concepts right now. Uh, Whoa! Ryzen 5 7600X leak. Great news for PC gamers. On a budget, but bad news for Intel. Well, look, AMD has been kind of smashing Intel for a while now as far as uh, performance, especially price for performance. They've always been a budget processor, but they've come a long ways over the past like half decade for sure. Has anybody played Multiverses yet? Do we need to work? Oh God, guys, that stretch. Just stretch like that real quick and see how it feels for you. Oh, dude, oh, so good. We might need to throw some Multiverses into some of our weekend play just to get a try at what it has to offer. A lot of people like that game. A lot of people like that game. I feel like between Multiverses and Rumbleverse, man, those two games have really come out and really taken the industry by storm a bit here lately. Steam making classic open world game free for limited time. That was 20 hours ago, so let's see what this is. Hey, thanks, gamer. I appreciate it. It's good to see you too, buddy. Yeah, I appreciate it, man. Again, it always feels bad having the stream down for any amount of time, especially that long. But it was it was much needed. I hadn't been home in a long time, and it was really good to see everybody. So thanks, buddy. I appreciate it, man. Cadence of Hyrule Dev, Brace Yourself Games announces something. Let's see what they've got coming. Okay. Do we need to watch some of the Gamescom? We might need to watch a little bit of the Gamescom stuff today before we hop into Witcher. Did you guys watch any of the Gamescom stuff at all? I don't know. I'm gonna put this over here. We're gonna see what we need to catch up on regarding Gamescom for sure. No? Okay. Okay, cool. We'll catch up on it together. We'll catch up on it together. Don't you worry. Don't you worry. We're gonna catch up on what got announced at Gamescom, okay guys? And we're gonna figure it out. Yo, check out this giant bag of lifesaver gummies, dude. I love gummies, man. Another reason why I just keep getting thick. Thicker. More thick. Something like that. Let's pivot here real quick. Oh, Nintendo Insider reveal. Nintendo Insider reveals new details about Switch Pro. The thickester. Yeah. Dude, I'm telling you, I'm pretty sure, dude. I'm pretty sure I put on probably at least a good extra 5 pounds, if not more, over the past week, dude. I ate a lot of food. I ate a lot of food. It was awesome. The Last of Us remake is costing $70. Talked about this a lot here lately. Whether it be, I mean, Gamer even brought up last time we discussed this in depth, Gamer brought up, what was his Tactics Ogre, right? Right, Gamer? Tactics Ogre is the one that you brought up. Is that correct? The remake of the Reborn. Tactics Ogre Reborn, isn't that the one? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, when does this stop? You know, I mean, it's like, the thing about the Last of Us remake was even like, they came out and they were showing side by side pictures and everything of like what the game used to look like, what it's going to look like now and everything, and people were like, okay, it looks better, but did it actually need a remake yet? And a lot of people were like, no, no, not really. So, and I think a lot of what, you know, just the community of, gamers in general were kind of coming to the consensus of like, why are they spending so many resources on remaking The Last of Us instead of some new title, right? And then we see this. Yeah. And here we go again. So we're talking about and we talked about the Spider-Man PC port. That's a 4-year-old game. The Spider-Man PC port. Is it great that it came to PC? Yeah. Should it cost full price? I do not think so. I don't even think it should have cost maybe $40. $40, 35, $40 probably would have been a good price, I think. But full price, I'm like very, very, very turned off by that, So, and I think a lot of other people are too. So, I don't know. I think that these companies obviously have a huge marketing division that is saying they believe people will pay this price, and that sucks. I'm not that person. I find it ridiculous. I'll go buy the original for probably next to nothing nowadays. Get the same experience out of it and pay much, much less. That's my thought process behind it. It's not like The Last of Us came out on like PS2 or something, I can understand more something like, you talk about a game that needed a remake, something that had been asked for a long time, right? Something that had been, jeez, shut. Something like Demon Souls. Demon Souls got remade, and I don't know. I think it was like $60, right? Cool. That was a very, very early PS3 game that had been asked for a very long time to have a remake. Um, so I can understand something more like that, right? Yeah, I agree, gamer. Quite often that's the play, though, right? I mean, quite often, when a game does start going on sale, DLC will too. Not all the time, but you'll see it. You'll see it as well. Are you talking about a game in particular, buddy? Um, so, but something like this, I just don't. I don't see $70. That's just crazy, man. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Already got something up about that too. Some good articles this morning. This is speculative. I'm not gonna dive into this. Just speculative. Cult of the Lamb 7 video games to play next. Yeah, I mean, and those were those even remakes, Mamzelle? I can't remember at the time. Were those even remakes or were they just ports to PC? Just speaking in general, yeah, gamer, yeah. I mean, I agree with you. Quite, it seems like quite often for me, that's the way it turns out. Not always, but yeah. I mean, I think it's much different. Like, I mean, again, I paid full price for. How much did I pay for God of War? God of War came out. I think I only paid $50. Didn't God of War release at $50? Check that out. God of War released for 50, and in my opinion, that game was totally worth that. It was an amazing PC port as well. How long? When did this game originally release? And that's not like a significant. I mean, whether you're talking about games normally over the past having been $60 at release, or now that they're going to 60, that could either be a $10 to a $20 discount, but it's still not full price. No ports. Wait. Oh, okay, okay. Yeah. Again, I think there's a lot to take into consideration, right? In regards to a title being maybe optimized for another platform or released on another platform, and how much that title should cost, right? Um, Sometimes it feels appropriate, sometimes it feels really bad. Um, so we're talking 2018, right? So 2018 is when God of War came out on PS4. Yeah. And when did it? So the very beginning of this year. So it was almost 4 years before it got released on PC. So we're talking almost the same kind of thing as Spider-Man here. But it was $50 instead of full price. I don't know. I didn't realize it was that old whenever it came out. I didn't realize it was that old at that point. But that shines a little bit of light on that. But again, at least it wasn't full price. And I mean, my experience with this game it's going to make me a bit biased because this game was just such a fantastic experience for me. It was, and the PC port especially was just so well done, man. It was very, very, very well optimized, and I don't know. There's a lot to take into consideration, I think, but I definitely don't think that a game that has been out for 2+ years getting a port to another console or another platform for that matter, whatever, should be full price. Whether it be $10 cheaper, $20 cheaper, depending on how long it's been out, something like that. It feels weird that they're trying to full price these things on other platforms to me. Yeah, okay, ports to the PC. The third one was like a year and a half. But the others were quite a bit older. Yeah? And the other ones were still full price as well? Is that what you're saying, Mamzel? We're going to take a look at this. Did I get that up? I did, right? Yeah. We'll take a quick look at that, too. Matt. Sonic Frontier Switch file size revealed. Okay. Cool. Gran Turismo movie release date rumors, leaks, news. First one was on PS2 and it was still full price. That one was full price when it ported. If so, that's absolutely insane. Oh, okay, yeah. The Vita, yeah. I think that's good. Let's go with these articles for this morning. How about this? Let's go with these articles. All right. Nintendo Insider reveals new details about Switch Pro release. I've talked a lot here lately about basically about any time that I see a trailer for a Switch game, it's starting to look very dated to me, and it's not the developers. I don't think the majority of this has anything to do with an issue on the developer side of things. It is the capability with which software can be produced in like graphical quality and stuff on that piece of hardware. And I've been saying it, we're talking like 6 years now, right? Since the Switch came out, I think, roughly. And that is absolutely on par with new console release. So now the first one also includes the first one remastered with 1.5. Yeah, okay, I remember. Yeah. Okay, cool. Thanks, Mamzel. Thanks. So, yeah, I think while the Switch is an amazing console, don't get me wrong, roughly 5 to 6 years into the life of a console is like on par for the new iteration of, whether it be Nintendo or Xbox or PlayStation or what have you. That's, technology evolves so much within that time that's roughly whenever the new stuff comes out. Tinwin, what's up, buddy? Yeah, dude. Yeah, no doubt. No doubt, dude. How are you, man? And it's not, I think Nintendo gets away with, because of the types of animation that is used, they're not going for real lifelike stuff on the constant like so many other games are on other console platforms like Xbox and PlayStation. So the graphical fidelity that they need in their games isn't as heavy, right? Most of the time. Not that it's not, but it's not. Also, it's much more. Quite often, it's much more light, colorful, kind of cartoony looking stuff, as opposed to them trying to produce lifelike quality stuff. But I've been seeing it. I've been seeing it in a lot of the trailers. I noted it whenever I looked at Xenoblade Chronicles 3 coming out. I was like, man, it really looks like Switch needs an upgrade. They need a new console. They need something to start smoothing out some of these graphics for some of these games that are coming out. And not that it's going to affect gameplay or anything, but it just is starting to look. The hardware's starting to look dated. So, Kingdom Hearts 3, end of January 2019, and PC port March 2021. Okay. Yeah, so, we're talking like just over 2 years, right? So, again, as far as I'm concerned, should have been full price? No. But, kind of the, like what God of War did, like, at least, like, a little bit off, I think even probably God of War. Now looking at how old God of War was, it probably should have been a little bit cheaper too. But that PC port was so good, though. It's hard for me to say that because that PC port was so fantastic. But nonetheless, that's a 4-year-old game. That's what we were talking about with Spider-Man. Same thing, 4-year-old game, and they're playing. They're making people pay full price for it now. Yeah. Well, yeah, absolutely. Well, I don't think it's that they don't have other console plans. I don't think that's the play. Kingdom Hearts on PC was really smooth. Yeah, and again, I very much want these companies to be, porting their games over to other consoles. I want everybody to have access to as many games as possible, right? No matter what platform you prefer to play on. But if a game is 3-4 years old, just because it gets a port to a new platform, I don't personally believe that game should still be full price. At 3 to 4 years old, full price, that's pretty rough. I think even 2 years old, getting a port, it should at least be like $10, $15 off or something. And there's something to be said, because quite often ports to other platforms don't go really smooth, right? First to release on Xbox. Oh, wow. Yeah, I forgot about that too. That's wild, yeah. And Gamer, Nintendo will always, well, yeah, they've never tried to be as hardware intensive as the other platforms. And that's not what I'm getting across, right? I think and again, the Switch, as far as I'm concerned, is an amazing console. That's what brought this up, Tinwin. That's what brought this up, dude. That's exactly what I just said too. I was, whenever all this came out, we were looking at the side by sides. Whenever they're like, "Oh, we're doing the remake," and it was like everybody was like, "Did this actually need a remake right now?" Because yeah, it looks a little bit better, but did it need it? You guys could be spending all these resources on creating some new game for us rather than like this remake. And that's what I was saying to everybody too. It was like, yeah, this thing is planning on, we got an article up. We're going to read about it. All right. Do we have an article up? I don't know that I pulled it up. We just talked about it. But I was like, yeah, why would I pay $70 when I can go buy the other one for relatively nothing and still get the same gameplay experience, you know? And the graphical difference isn't going to be significant, you know? That was exactly my thought process, man. Yeah, gamer, and I totally agree. Yeah, and I'm not harping on Nintendo at all about what the Switch does. The Switch is fantastic. The concept behind the Switch was groundbreaking. You know, the portable and traditional console in one with the Joy Cons that can pop on and off and stuff. It's an amazing console, man. It is. But nonetheless, I mean, we are talking 6 years old, and technology just evolves so quick, man, that I had just noted here recently. Every time I see something for the Switch, they're like new release or whatever, and it's just got a lot. It doesn't look like polished like a lot of new games do. You know, even with the art style that's quite often used in Nintendo games. I see a lot of jagged, unpolished, and I think it's just because the hardware that's within the Switch just is getting old. You know, I don't think they can make stuff look as polished and as nice as they, can on the newer consoles for like Xbox and PlayStation, even if it was the same art style, And again, usually 5 to 6 years is the par for new console. I know that we've read prior that Nintendo is having a tough time figuring out how to transition into a new console. So I don't think it's a matter of them not knowing where they want to go hardware-wise. I think it's a matter of them not knowing how they want to transition from the Switch into a new console. That we've read about that. A notable Nintendo insider has claimed that the Japanese video game publisher is still going to release a Switch Pro version of the console in the first half of 2023. On this note, whenever people got their hands or eyes on Breath of the Wild 2 content, they were actually saying that they did not think that what they saw in the game or what they saw of the game could actually be run on the current model of a Switch. We read about that like middle of or the beginning of this year. And they were like, we don't know if this is supposed to be a new console and then they're going to dumb the game down for release on the Switch as well, or if this is like a Switch that's going to come out with better hardware that this is being produced for, and then they'll have the regular Switch version as well, something like that. But that was kind of some of the stuff we were reading. And that this might be why. Over the past couple of years, plenty of rumors and reports associated with the Switch Pro have circled, but none of this conjecture has ever resulted in an actual announcement of the hardware from Nintendo. While many fans were beginning to give up hope that the Switch Pro would ever arrive, it sounds like the console could still be right around the corner. According to Nate the Hate, what a name, who has frequently cited a video game insider that has had accurate Nintendo scoops in the past, Switch Pro is set to land at some point in 2023. In a new interaction on Twitter today, one user happened to call out Nate the Hate for previously talking about the Switch Pro only for the hardware to never end up being revealed. In response, Nate said that this complaint will be odd when the Switch Pro releases in the first half of next year. With this in mind, it seems like Nintendo could have a big announcement to make in the coming months. In a general sense, it would be shocking for a more powerful version of the Switch to be released by Nintendo at some point in the future. As it stands, Nintendo's latest console is well over 5 years old, which means that it's really starting to pale in comparison to the power the PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X offer. While a Pro model of the Switch still wouldn't match up to the PS5 and Xbox Series X in terms of raw specs, it would, in theory, make a number of games on that platform run that much better. Nintendo is still looking to release a Switch Pro model, though. If Nintendo is still looking to release a Switch Pro model, though, why has it taken so long for this console to come about? One reason might be hardware shortages that have come about in recent years. Has been well documented that a number of tech companies, including Sony, Microsoft, and Nintendo, have struggled to obtain chips that are needed in order to create video game consoles. As such, if Nintendo did have plans to release the Switch Pro previously, perhaps those plans got pushed back due to these shortages. Yeah. I don't know, that I necessarily see them needing to pivot away from the concept of the Switch. the Switch is amazing. What a great concept and an amazing console. So, you know, I don't know that this. I think maintaining what the Switch is probably appropriate, but I would more expect them to be calling it like Switch 2 or you know, and then Switch 3 or I don't know, something like that rather than like Switch Pro, and then what's the next one going to be? Switch Pro? You know what I mean? Unless they just already know what the next console is gonna be and they're gonna name it something else entirely different. I don't know. And maybe this is just like a placeholder name that is being referred to as what the next more powerful version of the Switch is gonna be. Who knows? Well, apparently gonna find out here pretty soon. Now, remember what I said about Breath of the Wild 2, right? Breath of the Wild 2 has been pushed back. Switch up. Hey, dude, I like it. I like it, Tunwin. You know, Breath of the Wild, again, all that stuff that we had read previously about how people were saying what they had seen of the game already didn't look like stuff that the current version of Switch hardware could run. So maybe that's the play. Maybe Breath of the Wild had gotten delayed because they need this to be released at the same time as well, right? It's a possibility. And now when you think about it, Breath of the Wild 2 got delayed until the first of next year. Now they're talking about maybe this new, more powerful version of the Switch being released at the beginning of next year too. It could possibly be the play at this point. So we'll see. I'm sure we'll hear more coming within the next couple of months and get a better idea. Okay. This is what we're going to play after we finish Blood and Wine DLC. Okay? So, beginning of next week is tentatively what I'm expecting. We're going to play Cult of the Lamb. Okay? So, 7 video games you should play after Cult of the Lamb. Which would... This game actually looks pretty cool. Littlewood. Why is everything named Wood? Cozy Grove. Hades. Highly recommend Hades. Animal Crossing New Horizons. My daughter highly recommends. Death's Door. This is God, what is the name of the company that makes this? Acid Nerve, right there. Yeah. And this is supposed to be very good too. Yeah. I've been wanting to play this. I just haven't had time to dive into it. Graveyard Keeper is supposed to be very good as well. There you go. I'll throw this in chat real quick if you guys want to take a look. All of those titles are well known and supposed to be great pieces of software to get. Oh, guys, I got some stuff to show off. I brought some stuff home with me from my trip. I'm gonna give you a real quick look, and after the news segment, I'll give you a deeper dive. Okay. I'm gonna start it off with this guy. Check that guy out. Oh yeah. We know who that is, right? He's going to be hanging out here at the gaming station with us from now on. It's our dude Skeletor. All right, that's not really what I wanted to show you though. Original Diablo. You know what I mean? Oh, okay, cool, Timwin. Thanks, dude. Original Diablo. Still got all the manuals and everything in here. D2? Yeah. Yo, check this out. You guys remember whenever expansions actually came in boxes and they were called expansions? There's D2's expansion. Yeah. Lord of Destruction. I came back with some of my my mom, man. My mom's really good. She's held on to a lot of stuff for me. I'll show you some more stuff after the news segment. But I got to come back with a little bit more of my gaming stuff. I've got some more stuff I'll show you. Not a whole lot more, but a little bit. Before it gets put in storage, I figured I'd show it off today. All right, Ubisoft is about to shut down the online services for 15 games. Ubisoft is shutting down the online services for 15 games soon, with PC being the platform that will be the most impacted. A drawback of the digital... first one's from WoW. Dude, I've got all my WoW ones packed up. Yeah, I've got like original WoW, the first 2 expansions. At some point, man, I'll have to grab some of my gaming stuff out and just show you guys a bunch of the stuff I have, you know. I'll get some of the old consoles out. This is just like I have this box sitting here because my mom was like, hey, I've got some of your computer games and stuff that I held on to for you that you don't have yet, and you should take them with you, you know? And I was like, what? And I went and looked, and it's like, I've got some more stuff. I'll show you. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I was like, oh my God, yeah. Rise of the Lich King, yep. I've got that one, yeah. Yep. I'll show you guys some more once we get finished with the new stuff. Yeah, it's pretty cool, man. Very nostalgic. A drawback of the digital online-focused gaming industry is that the games and their associated multiplayer services can be shut down forever whenever their publishing company no longer wants to support them. So is the case with 15 Ubisoft titles, all of which are set to have their online services shut down on September 1st. Ubisoft's been doing a lot of this here lately. In some cases, this will mean no longer being able to play a game's online multiplayer. In other cases, it means losing access to DLC. And in one extreme example, it means losing access to the game entirely. On September 1st, Ubisoft will be ending online services for Anno 2070, Assassin's... Dude, this is not a very old game, is it? Oh, it is. It is. What was the new one that came out? There's a new Anno that came out. That's the old one. My bad. My bad. Is it 3070? Is that the new one? Assassin's Creed 2, Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, Assassin's Creed Revelations, AC3, AC Liberation HD, Driver San Francisco, Far Cry 3, Ghost Recon Future Soldier, Prince of Persia, The Forgotten Sands, Rayman Legends, Silent Hunter 5, Space Junkie, Splinter Cell Blacklist, and Zombie U. The PC versions of all these games will be impacted, as will the PS3, Xbox 360, and Wii U versions of the games, when applicable. Luckily, Ubisoft does not seem to be shutting down online services for PS4, Xbox One, Switch, PS5, or Series X games just yet. The severity of the Ubisoft online shutdowns is not the same for every platform. For example, the PC version of AC Brotherhood is losing DLC access, so after September 1st, fans won't be able to download or install any DLC that they own for the game. However, the DLC should remain available for those that own AC Brotherhood on PS3 and Xbox 360. This is the case across the board, with PC gamers getting the short end of the stick. What up, Metal? What's up, brother? How are you, man? Okay. Yeah, so if you guys are interested, you play some of these games, here's the link. Get you the list there to find out what more about what games are getting shut down. Online services are getting shut down for Ubisoft there, okay? All right, the next AC game is reportedly going to be called AC Mirage. New details have emerged about the future of the franchise. So, Assassin's Creed 174 will be called Assassin's Creed Mirage. All right. That is that's the number they're on at this point, right? Assassin's Creed 174? Something like that, right? The name of the next major Assassin's Creed game appears to have been leaked. Earlier today, Assassin's Creed tuber Jonathan outlined a number of potential details about the next game in the series. Among those details are a potential name for the new title, which is expected to be Assassin's Creed Mirage, and a release date tentatively between April and June of next year. We already kind of had heard this game is set in Baghdad. Yep. And talking about the game going back to the series' basics. Apparently, there's some other things that got leaked that are apparently untrue. Or just very, very grain of salt kind of stuff. But there you go. Looks like now this isn't official either, but only good AC games are the Ezio Trilogy, AC2, AC Brotherhood, and Revelation. Okay. Dude, I haven't played any of them, so I can't really, talk on that front. I haven't played it. I think the thing that has always thrown me off is like whenever Assassin's Creed first came out. I've talked about this before. When Assassin's Creed first came out, I was really interested. I just did never have a chance to dive into them, and then it was like a new one, 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 a new, and it just seems like to me, it just seems like the same thing, just a new environment, kind of reskinned. And I know there have been some differences, especially in Valhalla, right? Assassin's Creed Valhalla. There's not really like any kind of sneaking or anything like that, right? So there's some differences there in that one. I know they have them, but there's just been they just pump them out so they just keep coming, man. And I don't know. I just haven't ever. I think that's why I got turned off. That's good to know. I mean, I'm sure there would be some people that would probably uh, have a differing opinion, but that's cool. I appreciate it, Timlin. So, apparently, the new game is possibly going to be called Assassin's Creed Mirage. Looks like this might have gotten backed, though. Yeah. So, Bloomberg reporter Jason Schreier stated the person familiar tells him that some aspects of the new leak are true, including the name Assassin's Creed Mirage. So, this is basically somebody else within the realm of reporting that goes, I've heard the same thing. So, it's not like somebody officially from Ubisoft going, yeah, we can confirm that. It's still probably something that needs to be taken with a grain of salt, but it's probably pretty good information there. All right, here we go. Facebook's gaming app is being shut down. Facebook's video game live stream app, Facebook Gaming, is being shut down after just 2 years on the market and will no longer work as of October 28th of this year. Popular Twitch streamer Gothalion shared a screenshot of a new message that has appeared on the app sharing the shutdown news and warning users to download any search data while they still can. Beginning on October 28th, the Facebook Gaming app for iOS and Android will no longer be available. As indicated by the message, all streaming functionality will still remain on the main Facebook app or webpage. The specific app to watch video game live streams will just no longer work. The company had invested fairly significantly in the app since it was launched in 2020, even taking on YouTube by introducing an on-demand initiative called Stars for Gaming Videos on Demand. Facebook's parent company, Meta, Rainbow Fluffy Kitten Vomit, is still looking into gaming in other ways, perhaps most prominently with its MetaQuest VR headset. Also reportedly planning to release 2 more gaming headsets by 2024. I love that they changed their name to this. I find it hilarious. Okay. So there you go. Facebook's gaming app is no longer at the end of October. Um, Sony set up a PlayStation mobile gaming division and a major push beyond consoles. Uh, 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 Kayla, my trip was fantastic. How are you, my friend? Thanks for asking. Yeah, it was really good. It's good to be back. It's good to be back. It was a very long trip, and I'm exhausted, but it was great. I got to see a lot of people I hadn't seen in a long time, and the wedding was fantastic. It was a great time. It really was. But I'm glad to be back. I really am. How are you? How have you been? Sony set up a dedicated PlayStation mobile gaming unit in a major push to diversify beyond consoles. The Japanese gaming giant launched PlayStation Studios' mobile division on Monday and said it will run independently of the console business. Sony also said on Monday it acquired Helsinki and Berlin-based mobile gaming developer Savage Game Studios. The move comes after a tough second quarter for Sony. Yeah. Sony continues to face supply chain issues, cannot meet the demand for its flagship PS5 console. Yeah, yeah. It's just yeah. I mean, it was. I was looking forward to seeing family. It's just that part of the like where I'm from is just it's a weird kind of feeling for me to be back there. I left for a reason when I was younger and never really planned on you know being back very often. So when I do go back, it's a bit of a weird vibe, I guess. Just surviving. I guess it's better than not surviving, right? So yeah, in regards to that, it always feels a bit odd going back home, but it was a great time. It really was. Yeah. So yeah, thanks for asking. So Sony's mobile strategy. The purchase of Savage Game Studios continues Sony's recent acquisition drive as it looks to boost the development of titles across platforms. Um, Sony said that Savage Game Studios is working on an unannounced new AAA mobile live service action game. A AAA game is an informal industry classification used for a blockbuster type of title. Live service game is usually a title where developers continually update, add content to extend its lifetime, and generate revenue over a long period of time. Yeah. Sony's mobile strategy is likely to lean on its massive library of intellectual property, but also with a focus on developing specific games for smaller devices. Nah. Speculative. Okay, so I mean, Sony is really trying to, as far as gaming is considered specifically, they are diversifying to a great extent more than they ever used to. Whether it be them pivoting into PC, and we're not just talking about software, we're talking about hardware, like especially peripherals and things like that. So a lot of the headsets and just peripherals in general that they make that used to be just mainly for their console, right? For PlayStation, they are now marketing those as not just PlayStation specific peripherals, but for PC and PlayStation, right? Now, as well as their software, and now they're getting this big major pivot into that. I think they've always kind of had a bit of a presence in the mobile uh, market, but apparently they're pushing heavy into mobile as well now. So, which makes sense. There's a ton of money to be made in mobile games as long as you know what you're doing. So they've been there. They've been there. They've got games that they run over on the mobile stuff, but looks like they're getting more into acquisitions and more games to be pushed out. So we'll see what comes. All right, so we talked about this earlier. I don't know what, about a month and a half ago, something like that. Logitech and who were they collaborating with to create this? I can't remember off the top of my head. Yeah, so I mean, it looks very familiar, right? looks like a Steam Deck. But I'll read this and we'll talk about it, okay? A few weeks back, Logitech announced that it was teaming up with Tencent, there you go, to work on a game streaming handheld called, wait for it, the Logitech G Gaming Handheld. Thanks to leaked images, we now know what the handheld and its UI will look like. The 3 images that found their way to Evan Blass's Twitter account were quickly DMCA'd by Logitech G. The speed at which Logitech G responded gives me a feeling these photos are the real deal. That usually is a pretty good indicator that whatever has been put out there is actual footage or photos of things when they get DMCA'd real quick like that. They show a cute white handheld with black and key lime green accents. Looks smaller and more ergonomically friendly than the Steam Deck. It reminds me a bit of the Wii U gamepad. It's tough to gauge how big the thing is, but it looks slightly smaller than the Steam Deck. Logitech has already said that the device will support multiple cloud gaming services. At least now we have an idea of which ones. So it looks like the screenshots or the leaked screenshots had icons of apps for Google Play Store, Steam Remote Play, NVIDIA GeForce Now, Google Chrome, YouTube, and Xbox. Logitech has yet to reveal what operating system the handheld will run on. Seeing the Google Play Store pretty prominently in one of the images tells us it's most likely an Android device, yeah. Android gaming handheld is a bit of a departure from all the recent Steam Deck rivals we've seen that run off of a version of Linux or Windows. Android phones and tablets already make pretty decent gaming streaming devices, so it'll be interesting to see if people will hop on board. Once we learn its CPU and GPU specs, we'll be able to tell if Logitech's handset will be a decent emulation device or limited to streaming games. What kind of display it has, how long the battery lasts, yeah. So there's a lot we still have yet to learn about this thing, right? What is surprising to me is that, with the Switch, how amazing the Switch is. It has taken so long for other manufacturers or especially within the hardware sector, the gaming sector, to go, we should do that too. Gaming, like handheld gaming devices haven't always done real great. And I think that's been one of the things that has turned off some businesses. But the Switch killed it. It's still killing it. And then the Steam Deck has proved to be a great, great device. And I think that they will probably only continue to get better. The first iteration of the and I was very, very skeptical. Whenever we were still finding out about the Steam Deck, I was basically, I was like, just hold on, don't rush into this. Wait until we find out more about this and everything I've found out. So I haven't gotten my hands on one, but the Steam Deck appears to be just a fantastic piece of hardware if you're into mobile gaming, right? And since the Steam Deck, we've seen all kinds of other, and quite often it's been a lot of companies that I'm not familiar with. A lot of, I've seen a lot of Chinese companies that I'm not familiar with brand-wise that have come out with these other handhelds and stuff. And I'm like, guys, you be careful. Do your research. If you're planning on, because the Steam Deck was back-ordered, now Steam Deck they're pumping them now. They're saying everybody that has one pre-ordered at this point will have it by the end of the year. And anybody that's ordering one now is going to start getting them real quick. So, the chip shortage has kind of come back down where a lot of hardware is being, supply is meeting demand. Things are being manufactured at a good rate again. So we're seeing less of that. We need to find out more about this to see if it's actually going to be anything that is going to rival the Steam Deck. I think that the Steam Deck, for what it provides as a piece of hardware, the power of the hardware, the accessibility of it, for you to be able to change parts out, what have you, not void the warranty on doing that kind of stuff, the operating systems that you can mess with, there are so many great things about the Steam Deck and the price point I feel like is really, really good on the Steam Deck for what you're getting out of it. So when it comes to these other, the Steam Deck is kind of going to be the standard at this point, right? Because while the Switch is a great handheld, it is very specific to Nintendo. Whereas your Steam Deck is going to be a more open platform to cloud gaming, PC gaming, emulation is going to be done on these things, so it's going to be a much more agile piece of hardware for people to use. You're not just going to be locked into Nintendo games, right? So when these other handhelds come out, these portable consoles and stuff, the Steam Deck is absolutely going to be the standard by which all the rest of these consoles are going to be held. And they're going to be bumped up against it, whether it be price, hardware, things like that. And we're just going to need more information on this Logitech handheld before we're able to really know what to make of it, right? Especially in comparison to the other stuff that's out there. But there's some leaks for it if you're interested. NetEase acquires France's Quantic Dream in gaming expansion. Studio will continue to operate and create games independently. China's game publishers increasingly look for growth overseas. NetEase has acquired French game developer and publisher Quantic Dream. The company's announced in a statement Wednesday. China's biggest games distributor. Now, this was... Oh, okay. Yeah, this just came out today. All right. NetEase is China's biggest game distributor after Tencent Holdings. NetEase is stepping up the international expansion of its gaming business to counter economic and regulatory headwinds at home. With Quantic Dream, it secures its first studio in Europe and the developer of an upcoming game in the Star Wars franchise. Paris-based Quantic Dream will continue to operate independently and develop games on all platforms, as well as supporting and publishing third-party developed titles. The company said they did not disclose the size of the deal. NetEase will continue to fulfill our promise to support Quantic Dream to realize its full potential, said William Ding, Chief Executive Officer of NetEase. The Chinese publisher first acquired a minority stake in Quantic Dream in 2019, and their collaboration on projects has given the French outfit confidence in the partnership, according to Guillaume. Dude, I'm not even going to attempt. Fondemer? Dude, I'm so bad. Co-CEO and head of publishing at Quantic Dream, who described the deal as a natural evolution of the relationship. China's other gaming giant is quietly snapping up global talent. The big piece to take here is that NetEase has fully acquired France's Quantic Dream. Yeah. Or they have agreed to this at this point. Yeah. Another acquisition. Okay, we're going to skim this real quick. Okay. Basically, all the major gaming releases that should be coming through the next month, starting tomorrow, right? Because we're finishing up August right now. So, the notable game releases in September so next month, starting tomorrow, Oblitz, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, All-Star Battle R, The Last of Us Part 1, Disney Dreamlight Valley, Rocksmith Plus, Gloomwood, Kaichu, the Kaiju Dating Sim, Still Rising, Splatoon 3, NBA 2K23, 13. That's just the name of this, 13. What is this? Oh, I think I know what this is. This is a remake. Yep. It's a 2003 game getting remade. Yeah. Wayward Strand, Metal Hellsinger, all right. Return to Monkey Island, cool. The Diablo Chronicles is supposed to be, I think Gamer Extreme played the, maybe I'm crazy here. I've been away for a week, and we know I'm crazy, let's be honest. The Dialfield Chronicle, somebody played the demo of that. I think it might have been Gamer Extreme. was saying that it was pretty good. Session Skate Sim, Beacon Pines, Taiko no Taisujin Rhythm Festival, World of Warcraft Wrath of the Lich King Classic, and Arrowheart. If you want to see more about what these games are, it's listed below. We've got more to get through today. We're probably going to watch some of the Gamescom stuff this morning after the news segment too, so I'm not going to dive into what all these games are, but the list is right there in chat if you're interested, okay? 2K23, NBA 2K23 makes major changes to offensive and defensive game. Did I pull this up? This might have been an accident. I'm going to let you read that. Apparently, they've made major changes to the game's offensive and defensive gameplay. So I'll skim this real quick. New pro stick gestures, upgraded skill dunks, new layups available, new dribbling combos available, adrenaline boost, authentic shooting, and that's the offensive side of things. Defensive side of things is refreshed on-ball defense, shot blocking refined, and ball strips improvement. They've got a new badge system. Sorry, guys. I linked it there in chat. If you're interested in diving into what all of those actually mean, it's there. It's there for you. If you're playing the NBA 2K23, okay? Xbox games with gold free games for September have been revealed. Microsoft has unveiled the next batch of monthly free games for Xbox Live Gold and Game Pass Ultimate subscribers. Let's get that. There we go. September's games with gold lineup includes Gods Will Fall, Double Kick Heroes, Thrillville, and Portal 2. The latter pair of games are the final backwards-compatible classics that Microsoft is giving away via Games with Gold. Starting in October, this service will only include games from the Xbox One era and up. Cool. So those are the titles you'll be getting on Xbox Games with Gold in September. The Ryzen 5 7600X leak is great news for PC gamers on a budget, but bad news for Intel. Mid-range CPU looks really fast in these leaked benchmarks. AMD's incoming Ryzen 5 7600X has already been seen in benchmarks ahead of the CPU's release in just under a month. It looks to be shaping up very nicely. Excuse me. In fact, there have been multiple sightings of the 7600X, which is a mid-range offering for Zen 4, loaded with 6 cores, due to arrive on September 27th. And some of these were picked up by video cards. As the site reports, the 5600X has been spotted in a couple of, I think this is supposed to be the 7600, spotted in a couple of Geekbench runs in a PC with an MSI X670E motherboard, plus 32 gigs of DDR5 RAM. Processor achieved single core scores of 2092 and 2174 points, along with over 11,000 and for multi-core. All this matches up with what AMD said in its launch presentation, namely that the 7600X would be capable of around 2175 for single core. In comparison, the processor that it succeeds, the 5600X, maybe they were correct up there. Okay. The AMD's new 7600X is about 35% faster for single core and almost 40% quicker for multi-core. By going by average Geekbench scores for the outgoing Zen 3 chip. Yeah, they need more testing to prove that this is actually what's happening. But if this is the case, that means that the 7600X is around 5% faster than the Core i9 12900K. With the caveat that this is for gaming at 1080p, okay? we'll see more as this comes out. I mean, the thing to take into consideration here is what does this processor go for? Yeah, we're talking roughly $570 to $600 US, right? Oh, what? Oh, okay, there we go. And they are speculating that this new Ryzen 5 chip, the 7600X, is going to go for roughly $400 US. So we're talking close to about somewhere between $170 to $200 difference between these two chips. Um, so we need more. We need more information for sure. But if what they're saying, if what we're seeing right now is true, then whoa, size. See, now I can't change it. Now I can't change it, dude. What's up, buddy? How are you, man?
Size Mattest Fizz rating with 1 viewers.
I missed that sound. Yo, thanks for the raid, buddy. How are you, dude? What's up? I know it's been a while, man. I am back. Okay, so here's the thing. I'm back for 3 days. And then I'm going to take another shorter weekend vacation that my wife is going to get to go on to. We're going to go see some of the other side of our family. My wife didn't get to go with us on this trip that I just went on. And so to kind of end out the summer here, we're going to go on a short weekend trip. Stream will be back down Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. So then no more time off for the foreseeable future, okay? Only 3 days, get away, don't come back. So yeah, this kind of, the trip was good, man. It was great. It was weird taking that much time off. I don't like taking time off, but it was great. I got to see a lot of family that I hadn't seen in a very long time. It was a great trip. The wedding was awesome. That I went to, a family wedding I went to. Good, buddy. I'm glad, man. Thank you again for the raid. I appreciate it. And so now this weekend, the other side of our family is having a get together away, a few hours away, and my wife is getting to attend this one. So myself and the kids are just going to go. That way we can have a little bit of an entire family little vacation for the end of the summer here. So the stream will be back down Saturday, Sunday, and Monday coming up. And then for the foreseeable future, no more time off. No more time off. So, yeah. But I'm back for today, tomorrow, and Friday. All right. Show me the news, dude. Show me the news. Yeah, so guys, again, I mean, if this is if these specs that we're getting off the 56 or the 7600X here from Ryzen is true, then I mean we're talking about a comparative to the 12900K, $200 cheaper and a faster, more efficient processor. Yeah, so we'll see. We'll get more info on it as time moves forward. But yeah, let me see this. Oh, really? Okay, here, I'll read this real quick. Hey, thanks, buddy. Is this going to be a digital trading card game? Or is this physical? Looks like collectible. Don't know. I'm skimming it. Just a second. Right now, it doesn't look like they're saying anything about a digital. It looks like just a traditional TCG. Yeah, so Disney will launch a new card game to go up against Magic the Gathering and Pokemon. While this is not necessarily video gaming news, here's the thing to take into consideration. People love TCGs. TCGs are very competitive. And if they do a good job with this, there is absolutely going to be the potential for this. Oh, going out for some sushi with friends tonight, dude. Nice. I haven't had some like legit good sushi in a while, man. Nice. That's awesome, Metal. Just in the same fashion that like Magic the Gathering, Pokemon, I mean, you name it. There's so many very, very well done games that TCGs that started off as just physical TCGs that have worked their way into the realm of being also a digital TCG. The same thing could happen here with Disney, right? Oh, you just tried it for your first time, dude? Oh, dude, sushi. It's such an amazing thing, especially if you're getting it fresh, right? Getting fresh sushi, especially like if you can get close to like a coast somewhere. Oh, dude, fresh sushi, insane. Dude, sunburn on your feet is like the worst, man. Yeah, size. I love sushi. Unagi, dude. I love unagi too. Yeah, yeah. I love some unagi, man. Yep. Yeah, absolutely. So, the big thing to take away here is Disney is creating their own TCG, and that's not really all that surprising, to be honest. Probably pretty good play on their part. They are trying to make it very competitive. We'll see how it's aimed, though. This is a thing to take away. I think, Disney is so aimed at what we've seen Disney do for forever is take, whether it be traditional, yeah, absolutely, arguably dangerous. Well, I don't mean, I guess what I'm trying to get across is don't eat old sushi because you could die. That's not what I was getting at. There's a difference between being inland and getting sushi, I think, and just the difference in the way real fresh sushi tastes where you're like on a coast somewhere and the fish has just been brought in, you know what I mean? And there's just a difference, man, because I've lived on both coasts here in the US and eating sushi on the coast, there's a difference in the freshness that and the way it tastes in comparison to a fresh sushi that you get inland, That's what I was getting across. Upper back and chest. You need to be putting on sunscreen, bro. You're going to get, skin cancer, dude. You put on sunscreen, bro. I got a little bit burnt too, though. But I usually put on sunscreen. You need to put on sunscreen, brother. The only thing I worry about here is how Disney will play this with marketing it. Like what is this going to be? Who is this going to be marketed towards? Is this going to be marketed towards a younger audience to where it's not going to be it's going to be very simplistic, right? To try to draw in children, because that's what Disney does, right? Whether it be them taking fairy tales and turning them into happy fairy tales, or they take Star Wars, or whatever, and they try to make it as accessible, all these different Marvel and so they make it as accessible as possible to younger audiences. That would be my only hesitation here. As opposed to it being something that could, because most trading card games come with an amount of, needing to, very well done competitive trading card games, make it a very mentally challenging kind of thing where you need to construct decks in a way that cards synergize with one another, kind of combo off one another, things like that. That would be my first thought here. Is it going to be very simplistic to, appeal to a younger audience because it is Disney? Or are they actually trying to make this competitive like a lot of other very well done TCGs? We'll have to see. And is it going to be digital? That's the big thing for us because this is, what we're interested in is video game stuff, right? So if it is very well done and very well received by a community of card players, then I think that this absolutely has the potential to turn into some kind of digital TCG. But we'll have to wait and see. Yeah. Thanks, buddy. Thanks, Size. The chicken was good there as well. Yeah. Steam making classic open world game free for limited time. Valve's Steam platform for PC is soon going to make a classic open world game completely free to download for a short period of time. In a general sense, PC fans are more used to seeing free games become available on a weekly basis through Epic Games Store. However, Steam is also known to give away free titles on a somewhat routine basis as well. And as luck would have it, this trend will be continuing in just a couple of short days. When was this? Yesterday. To coincide with the 20th anniversary of the series, 2K Games will be making the original Mafia free to download on PC, starting on September 1st and lasting until September 5th. Mafia will be free for all Steam users to add to their own digital game library. First released back in 2002, the original Mafia game came to PC first before later arriving on PS2 and Xbox. Game went on to later spawn 2 sequels, but it's the first installment in the series that likely remains the most beloved. Mafia boasts an impressive 88 out of 100 score on Metacritic, which shows just how heralded it was at the time of its launch. I remember playing this. It's worth noting that the version of Mafia that is being given away on Steam here is the original iteration. Back in 2020, 2K remade the first installment in the series, called it Definitive Edition. While it was largely well received by fans, it won't be the version that 2K is handing out for no cost on Steam. Cool. Yo, Mafia for free starting tomorrow. I'll keep this up for us to make sure that I re-announce to everybody since tomorrow is when it starts being free, okay? Metal, nice, dude. You're making me hungry. I fell in love. We went and hit like a Chinese buffet back home. Like, it's very Americanized and everything. We went and hit a Chinese buffet the night before we left to come home. I absolutely gorged myself. They've got my favorite thing is what's called chili chicken. It's like chicken that's been cut up and it's like kind of got like a crispy outside, but it's fried up with like jalapenos and stuff. So it's kind of like a spicy take on like a Chinese chicken dish. Oh, dude, so good. So I'll bring this back up tomorrow. All right. Here we go, guys. Last article I have for the morning. And Kung Pao chicken. Kung Pao chicken's good too, yeah. Last article I have. If you have anything else, let me know. We'll address it in chat before we move on. I think what we might do, we're going to end the news segment today, and then we're going to take a look at the future game show stuff that we missed over the past week, okay? We'll take a quick dive into that this morning. We might rewatch some of the Gamescom stuff for a bit this morning, and that way we can get kind of up to speed with some of that stuff that we missed out on while I was away on vacation, all right? And then we'll get into the Blood and Wine stuff today. That we'll start up that DLC today, okay? So that's kind of my plan for now. But we'll finish up this news article. That'll be it for the news for today. And then we'll move on to catching up on the future game show stuff in between starting Blood and Wine DLC for Witcher 3, all right? Let me know if you have anything that I haven't hit on this morning. I'm sure I missed a good amount of stuff over the past week. So if you have anything pertinent, let me know, all right? Cadence of Hyrule dev Brace Yourself Games announces publishing label. So Brace Yourself Games, known for the rhythmic music games such as Cadence of Hyrule and Crypt of the Necrodancer, has announced a new publishing label. Brace Yourself Publishing wants to help smaller indie developers make their own dreams a reality. As the company has grown, it's gained capabilities, resources, and knowledge, and it wants to now pass this on to other developers. The same announcement even teases how the team will be publishing great new titles soon. Indie developers can head on over to Brace Yourself Games publishing page for more details. At BYG, we aren't looking to publish hundreds of games. We want to work with a small handful of games to which we give our full attention and care. It's important to us that we only publish games that we love and believe in with teams that we're very proud to work with. The types of games we're looking for are hooky and unique in some way, replayable and deep, in a genre that has a reasonably sized player base. We're not looking for hyper niche games, just plain fun. But don't worry, we're not expecting you to have the game fully developed already. We certainly want to see something playable. We don't expect you show us to, what you show us to be feature complete. Please fill in any gaps with documentation explaining your vision for the game. BYG most recently rolled out a new update for Crypt of the Necrodancer, adding new characters and a co-op mode. It's also announced a brand new rhythm game spin-off, Rift of the Necrodancer. You'll learn more about it in last week's story. Yeah, we kind of read about that. Cool. I do think it's important. I mean, for publishers, you know, much in the same way of like Devolver. I love Devolver, and Devolver is very picky about what games they publish. A lot of games, but these games need to fit their personality, which is like wild, kind of kooky, funny, even into the realm of like dark, ominous kind of games. You know, they've got this very specific kind of, these specific kinds of insane. Yeah, that as well. Yeah, I love Devolver though. You know, they know who they are, and they know what they want. You know, and I feel like that's great. You know, rather than just going like everybody come to us, they've got a vibe, man. They've got a personality, and they stick to it. And it's been very well for them. And their showcases are amazing. I love Devolver's showcases. They're so good. They are absolutely adult, and they are maybe not going to appeal to everybody's personality, but I like Devolver. I think they're very good, and I think there's something to be said. I mean, from what Brace Yourself Games, they're publishing and everything, it sounds like they kind of have the same thing in mind. You know, they've got they know what they're looking for. I think that's important, you know, rather than just trying to be flooded with everything. They know fairly specifically what they're looking for, and trying to bring developers to them to help get games out, right? So that's good. It's good. Again, I will bring up Mafia being free tomorrow. It'll probably hit our Discord as well, our Discord free games bot and everything, but I'll bring it up again. And we will move forward after I close out the new segment here with some Gamescom stuff. So we'll rehash this Gamescom stuff that we missed while I was on vacation, okay? Thank you to everybody. It is so good to be back, man. It is so good to be back. Yeah, a lot of my family's like, so what are you doing nowadays? You know, like, I was like, I'll pull out my phone and show them when I was up there. Like, oh, that's so cool. It made me miss it. You know, I mean, I knew I was going to miss it anyways, and I absolutely did. But every time, somebody was like, ask what I was up to, what I had been doing. And I love this, man. This is my passion. This is my dream. And and I missed you guys, and you know, just doing this every day is this is my jam, dude. I love this. So it feels so good to be back. Thank you to everybody for understanding why I needed to be away, and just for being right back here whenever I got back. It means a lot to me. So thanks for being a part of this community, for being part of the news segment today. And if you're viewing this on YouTube as a VOD later, then see what you can do about coming and hanging out with me and the rest of these amazing individuals that are part of this community whenever we go live at 6 o'clock a.m. CST every single day, and we start off all of our streams with video gaming news, okay? Also, consider hitting that like and subscribe button for me if you're enjoying the content, and just stay healthy, stay safe, be kind to one another. We'll catch everybody tomorrow for September 1st. Jeez, this year is going really fast. September 1st edition of Video Gaming News. All right.